Hello everyone, how are you all doing? I'm sure you are all doing good. I welcome you all today. My name is Oge. In case you are joining us for the first time, you are highly welcome. This is the Spiritual Solution. There is something I want to teach us today. I am going to work and I really don't have enough time, so I want to do this quickly so that I'll get to work on time. And so I want you to pay attention to what I have for us today. And that thing is what you can do so that you can destroy whatever the enemy has done in your life or even in the life of your loved ones. There are two things that I'm going to teach, but I'm going to teach one today because I'm already on my way out. Now, whatever I'm going to teach you, like I said earlier, is what you can do so that you will destroy whatever the enemy has done in your life. You know, the world we are living in, it is a wicked world. Like I always tell people, when you are progressing, someone else will not see what you have passed through in life for you to get to where you are now. What they are seeing now is that progress. That is all they are seeing. And then envy will step in, and before you know it, diabolical powers will start walking around you, and before you know it, you start going backwards instead of forward. Now, what I want to teach you is what you can do to destroy that which the enemy has done and return it back to sender. Because like I told you earlier, what I have for us is on two things. That is what you can do. One is after doing it, you are going to return it back to sender. Then the next one is after doing it, you just let bygone be bygone so that you just progress in life without returning anything back to sender. But what I'm going to teach us today is what you can do to return that thing back to sender and also destroy it in your life. Now, all you need to do is to walk with nature. I always teach us this. Nature is so powerful. God has created everything and gave them to us, and even gave us the power to make use of them. That by the command of your word, everything will fall into place. Now, what you need to do with this prayer is just sand. I know everybody knows how to pray with sand, but most of the time we don't pray it right. After praying with sand, you don't get to see your results. But there is something else I want to let us know. When you are working with nature, you don't expect to see the result immediately, maybe like after 1 week or 2 weeks. No, there is a way that nature works. I want to teach you all that now. When you are doing working with nature, let me tell you how nature works. Assuming you prayed that prayer during the dry season, during Harmattan or whatever, if that thing is supposed to work during rainy season, nature will wait for rainy season to come. Probably nature needs rain to do that, okay? That is constant rain to do that. So when you make that prayer during Harmattan, nature will wait for rain to fall. When it's time for rainy season, and then everything will start manifesting in the life of that person that you made that prayer against. And the reason why it works this way is that when nature is working, it is no longer you that is working. It is now nature that is working. So that when everything starts unfolding, there is nobody that anybody will hold responsible for what is happening to that person. Take it to any level you want. Wherever they go to inquire on what is happening to that person, what they will see is karma, repercussion of what that person did. This is because it is now nature that is working. So when you are praying with nature, when you are doing any spiritual works with nature, all you need to do is patience. After that prayer, go about your normal business, live your normal life. When everything will start unfolding, you will not know. What you will see is the result. So let me go straight to what I have for us today. Now, when you want to return back to sender whatever the enemy has done to you and also destroy that thing in your life, you need sand. What you have to do is you get a bag, a polythene bag, a waterproof, anyone. You get either a handful of sand or 2 or 3, just enough quantity of sand, not too big. Now, when you get that sand, the time for you to do this prayer is usually in the afternoon, by 12 in the afternoon or by 6 in the evening. Okay, night is not all that okay. You can do it in the night and it will work, but it's not all that okay. So preferably 12 in the afternoon or 6 in the evening. Now you are going to do this prayer either for 3 days or 7 days or 14 days or 21 days, but I am not advising you to extend it to 21 days. The reason why is because you are working with nature, and when you start praying with that sand, you are now inviting forces into that sand. So you don't have to extend it to that 21 days, because the forces in that sand will now be so much that they will want to be liberated so that they will go into work. So I prefer at least 7 days. Yes. So when you get the sand, you know what you want to pray. You know everything. First of all, like I always tell people, table that matter to God, okay? And then you take permission from God that you want to use the sand to return back to sender whatever the enemy has done to you. So while you are praying with that sand, make sure that you talk to that sand like you would talk to your fellow human being. Because right now you are communicating with nature. And remember, like I always tell us, whenever you are praying with anything created by God, nature, sand, water, fire, air, wind, whatever, trees, you don't beg. Please, you don't beg, you command. Use commanding words. So when you are talking to that sand, you must use commanding words. You must pour out your heart so that the nature will know how you are feeling inside. You tell that sand exactly what you want. Tell it exactly what you want. And while you are praying, make sure that you call out that person's name, the real name. Don't use any alias, aka, don't use it. The real name given to that person. Make sure you call out that name to that sand and then command that sand on what you want that sand to do for you. After that first day, you tie that sand. Keep it in a safe place where nobody will touch it. Nobody at all should touch that sand, because right now that sand is now possessing enough power inside it. Now you are going to do this from the first day to the 7th day. Remember the time, 12 in the afternoon or 6 in the evening. Okay, preferably. Now, on that 7th day, after that prayer, let's assume that you are doing it by 6 in the evening. Maybe you concluded that prayer around 6:30 or 7 in the night. Before 9 o'clock in the night, you are going to pour that sand away on the 7th day, before 9 o'clock in the night. Now, I always tell us the repercussion of whatever you are doing that has to do with spiritual works or the effects. In this particular case, the repercussion is if you are not innocent, if you are lying, the repercussion is that whatever you prayed into that sand will come back to you. So it's better you are telling the truth. Now, I'm going to tell us the effect of what you are going to see on the 7th day that you will pour this sand away. You may see this effect, you may not see this effect, but I know that it always happens to me. And the reason why is because that sand is now possessing enough power that it needs to be set free. So on that 7th day, before 9 o'clock in the night, you are going to take this sand away from your house. Away from your house. I didn't say at the backyard. I didn't say in front of you. I said away from your house. You have to leave your house entirely. You can go like 2 buildings away from your house, as long as it is not inside your house or in front of your house. You are going to take that sand away from your house. Now, when you are going to do this, make sure that there is nobody passing when you are doing this. Make sure that you are the only one, or together with whoever that you decide to go out with to pour out that sand. Make sure that it is only you or you both that are there, that nobody else is around. The reason why is because if there is any other person around who happens to see you when you are pouring out that sand, it will no longer work on the person that you have prayed that prayer against. It might backfire to that person that has seen you. So when you come out to pour this sand away, please, I would like you to survey and make sure that there is nobody around. Now, when you are pouring that sand away, you are going to command that sand for the last time, that as you are pouring it away, that you are commanding it to move into action, to trace that person, wherever that person is, and let everything that you have said come to pass upon that person. Now, when you pour that sand away, drop that polythene bag or that waterproof there. You don't have to go back to your house with that. It carries curses. So drop it there. When you turn back to leave, please, you don't need to look back. Even if anybody is calling you behind, don't look back. Get into your house. Let the person follow you to your house. But make sure that nobody sees you, like I said earlier. Now, I will tell you the effects that you might see. When you pour that sand away, there is something that it will do to you, which it has done to me several times. The moment you release that sand from that bag, those forces that you have prayed into that sand, the moment they rise up to move, you will not see, but all these things are spiritual. It is only when you get this effect that you will know what is actually happening. When those forces rises up to leave so that they will go on the mission that you have sent to them, you will feel that energy, a very powerful energy that can spin you around if care is not taken, that can hit you on the ground if you don't hold yourself very strong. It has happened to me several times, so I know how powerful this prayer is. And it's not something that I just do, on a daily basis, every now and then, every little thing I will now go and use to sound. No, I use it when it has to do with serious cases, and cases that has involved that maybe someone, is bent on taking away your life or taking away the life of your loved one, something like that, or trying to make life so miserable for you that there is nothing you can do on earth to progress, that you will ever progress. That is when I use this kind of prayer. That is when I do it. So this is the effect that you will get, okay? I want to let you know in case you get it, so that you don't see it as that the evil spirit has possessed you. It is not evil spirit that is possessing you. It is those powers that you prayed into that psalm that has risen up to go out on that mission that you send them. Now, after that prayer, like I always say, live your normal life. Go about your normal business. When this thing will happen, you will no longer remember this prayer. You will no longer remember this prayer. Like I told us earlier, nature works with season. You prayed with sand, but sand will not do that work alone. Remember, because the soil needs rain, okay, to bear fruits. The soil needs air to bear fruits. The soil needs the sunlight to bear fruits. You see how they work. The four forces of nature must come into one place, and all of them, you are praying with the sun, but the remaining forces of nature will join hand, and that is why it works with season. So, like I said earlier, that you pray this prayer in during the Harmattan or during the rainy season, you might get that result during the next season. But if you are so lucky enough, it might not wait for that season. Maybe towards the coming of that season, you will get that result. So nature doesn't work like, it's not magic. Nature is not magic. The reason why God makes it to work this way is that when it starts working, if they like, they can go to the highest place to find out what is happening. What they will see is the repercussion of what that person did. But when it has something to do with diabolical powers, that assuming that this thing is just a diabolical power that you are using, to fight someone, wherever that person goes to find out what is happening to him or her, they will see that it is a diabolical power that is at work. So please, this is all I have for us today. I want you to watch this video, okay? Share it with your loved ones. You don't have to be waiting for people all the time, for them to consult people on what to do or what not to do. Whenever you have, similar problems like this, and you know that that problem has lingered and you don't see it coming to an end, now you can do this. You can do this, all right? Share this video with your loved ones. Share it with your friends. Know what you do. Know what to do so that you don't remain in the dark all the time. And like I promised us earlier, I am going to teach you the next one some other time, which you are going to do this time around, not returning it back to sender, but setting yourself free and letting everything go. Let bygone be bygone. You are highly welcome to my channel once more, and please, in case you haven't subscribed to this channel, I would like you to hit that subscribe button and join us fully. And whenever you come across any video that you love, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit on that notification bell. It is very, very important, so that whenever I post any video, you are always going to be notified. And until next time, when I'm going to meet us all again, I will have to leave us late. Let me hurry along. I have so much to do. Have a nice day and God bless.